Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar. My name is Vladimir Tikhonov. I work at Senior Solution Integration Manager at Kaspersky, and today we are going to talk about our Kaspersky Scan Engine product and how it can help protect modern IT environments. At the end of the session, we are going to have some time to answer your questions, so please post your questions using the platform where you are watching us. And now, make yourself comfortable and let's start. Nowadays, with growing digitalization, protection of complex IT environments becomes even more challenging. What are these challenges? Organizations with multi-tier data systems risk spreading infected files within their corporate infrastructures during their routing work processes. Corporate network-attached storages and cloud data repositories are widely used, and they may be available for external users for uploading files and documents. So these systems also might be vulnerable to cyber threats. Modern companies use widely also such communication and collaboration suites like messengers, chats, conference services. However, files and links sent using these tools might contain malicious code or lead to phishing or websites. All the named threats are also applicable to marketplaces and application stores, and they are even more vulnerable because they are used by millions of customers. Naming these challenges, several technological scenarios can be formulated. Corporate users may upload or share files, and these files may be infected. Also, a company may provide hosting services, and in this case, it should be secured that all the files stored within corporate infrastructures should be free from any cyber threats. Corporate or mobile users may visit malicious or phishing websites or resources that are parts of botnets. In this case, URLs, users' requests, and web traffic should be checked carefully. While using mail or messaging services, attachments may contain malicious code. Important data and tools kept on network-attached storages must also be protected from malware. Archives and backup storages are vulnerable to malicious files also. And obviously, cloud applications and online services must also be protected from malware infection and spreading. All those scenarios are covered in our Scan Engine product. Scan Engine is a product based on Kaspersky antivirus engine. It has been designed to provide comprehensive protection for web portals, applications, proxy servers, network-attached storages, mail gateways, and other solutions. The product has been designed to be easily deployed, scaled, used, and easily integrated into a number of third-party customer solutions. At Kaspersky, we provide cybersecurity solutions to home users and huge corporations. So from our experience, we understand that trust and market recognition is key. So that's why our company pays special attention to this area and participates in independent product tests on regular basis. Many of our products have participated in independent product tests and have been recognized as winners or took one of top 3 places. Scan Engine also regularly participates in independent product tests, and it constantly hits high scores from industry experts. Scan Engine has been on the market for more than 5 years, and within these years, more than 500 customer companies were our customers involving projects with Scan Engine. Those companies represent key industries such as fintech, education, medicine, government, manufacturing. Some of key customers that are worth noting are governmental agencies, very big service providers from Europe, South Africa, Americas, Latin America, some very big banks from Europe and American and Asian countries. And we will talk a little bit later today about some of these customer cases. But before we go into deep technical discussions and product features, I would like to tell you a little bit about history of development of Scan Engine as a product. The fact is, Scan Engine is a further development of one another Kaspersky product, namely Kaspersky Antivirus SDK. And this is quite a mature product. It has been on the market for more than 20 years. And it has proven to be very effective in different projects with our technological alliance partners and customers all over the world. But at some moment in time, we realized that some of our customers and partners require a product, a more complete product that would require less time and efforts to develop client applications. So to complete this task, a product was developed by adding some ready-made modules, like, for example, wizard-like installer that supports installation on Windows and Linux operation systems, optional graphical user interface, and also support of standardized protocols was added to the product. So Scan Engine has now support of two standardized protocols. They are HTTP REST-like API and ICAP. Making it easy to integrate with various customer solutions. Let's now move to product features. First of all, detection capabilities. They include both offline and online detection technologies. Offline are well-known detection technologies such as signature-based analysis and heuristics, and online detection is provided by our cloud-hosted reputation base, Kaspersky Security Network, KSN for short. Also, Scan Engine supports, besides from scanning files, also checking URLs. This means that you can send any URL towards Scan Engine, and Scan Engine will check it against its database of malicious or phishing URLs. And also, if this option is configured, we'll send a request towards KSN. With further product development, also some additional features were implemented, for example, such as deployment option as a Docker container, scalable cluster control support, integration towards CM systems, security audit, and some others. Scan Engine works in two modes, depending on what kind of integration we plan to perform. So, as I have said, Scan Engine supports two standardized protocols, and the choice of the protocol depends on what kind of integration we plan. For example, if we're talking about corporate web portals, file portals, then the recommendation will be to go with HTTP protocol and HTTP mode because it's easier to implement at the client part, at client application part, and also a little bit faster than ICAP mode. As for ICAP, it is a protocol that has been designed and standardized at the beginning of 2000s to provide easy integration of proxy servers towards antivirus products. So ICAP is used when there is a support of some client application, when some client application supports ICAP protocol. For example, if you plan an integration towards network-attached storages, web application firewalls, and so on, then the integration should be very smooth, very quick, because, as I have said, ICAP is a standard. Then if the client application supports this standard, then the integration should be easy. Let's have a closer look at HTTP mode. On this slide, we have a diagram explaining how Scan Engine interacts with client application in HTTP mode. We have here 4 main components. First is client part. It can be either HTTP client delivered within standard Scan Engine package, or it can be custom client application. The second component is Scan Engine HTTP service. It receives the requests from client part, processes them, and answers back with verdicts from the engine. The third component is anti-malware engine. Basically, it is the one who performs all the scanning. So Scan Engine HTTP service forwards objects to the engine, and engine answers back with verdicts. Optionally, reputation request can be enabled towards KSN. We always recommend to enable this feature, but in some certain circumstances, in some certain cases, it can be disabled. For example, if we have a case when Scan Engine should be deployed within isolated environment, then we cannot enable KSN because there is no connection to internet. And the fourth component is Scan Engine graphical interface. It is optional. It provides an administrator a possibility to work with product configuration and also get information on scanned threads using graphical interface. If Scan Engine is planned to be deployed together with graphical interface, then also a PostgreSQL database will be required. It is used for storing scanning statistics. Now let's have a look at ICAP mode. ICAP mode. For ICAP mode, there are only 2 components that have changed. You can see it from the slide. The first component is client part. For our example, it is proxy server. And the second component is Scan Engine ICAP service instead of HTTP service. So let's see how scanning works in ICAP mode. Users request some external resources. They can be links or files. And all this traffic is passing through proxy server, and it is forwarded for scanning towards Scan Engine ICAP service. Scan Engine works in 2 directions, outgoing and incoming. They correspond to what is called request modification mode and response modification mode in ICAP protocol. So let's say, for example, a user is requesting some web page. This request is passing through proxy server, and this HTTP message is forwarded to Scan Engine for checking. And let's say, for example, that it is a malicious page or phishing web page. Then Scan Engine provides corresponding answer. And instead of visiting a malicious or phishing web page, a user gets just a stop page. So no infection or no phishing attack can be possible in this scenario. Also, several Scan Engine instances can be brought together in a cluster, even if they are working in different modes. This allows a product operator to use a single web console for product configuration. And also, there is a single instance of PostgreSQL database that is used to keep scanning statistics. So if there is a requirement to have high availability topology or load balancing scheme, it can also be implemented using third-party solutions, such as, for example, as HA proxy and KeepLFD. One very common scenario of scan engine integration is protection of some corporate file portal. It can be an example of a bank web portal, for example, used for remote banking services for bank clients, or it can be an example of app store where developers upload their applications. In any case, in this integration, often an intermediate server is used. Users upload files to this intermediate server, and this intermediate server, in its turn, communicates with Kaspersky Scan Engine to send files or objects uploaded for checking with Scan Engine. And after receiving verdicts from Scan Engine, this server can make a decision. So if the file is clean, it can be approved and further moved, uploaded to internal corporate systems of the customer. In case some threat is detected within this object, it can be marked as malicious and moved to quarantine or deleted. Also, one important note is that integration usually uses HTTP protocol, and HTTP mode has two different modes, let's say methods. First is scan memory method. In this method, the whole object sent for scanning is sent as a whole within HTTP request, encoded as base64 algorithm. And the second method is scan file method. In this case, file that should be checked by Scan Engine should be placed on local or network mounted storage of Scan Engine available to Scan Engine. And in this case, in HTTP requests, we only send the path to this file. So Scan Engine automatically follows that path, reads the file, and performs the scanning. And in case of scan file method used, we have some additional capabilities. For example, we can configure actions that can be performed by Scan Engine with this file, since Scan Engine has access to this file. So we can configure that Scan Engine may attempt disinfection of this file, and if the disinfection fails, then delete this file, or just delete it straight away. So this is one of the advantages of scan file method. Also, as I have said, Scan Engine supports a variety of integrations towards variety of business solutions. These are, for example, such products as Nextcloud, OpenCloud, Rocket Chat, Squid proxy server. Also, recently, a support for S3 storages has been added. So this allows to use Scan Engine with such solutions as AWS, Minio, Ceph, and some other S3 compatible storages. Now, I would like to tell you several customer cases involving Scan Engine. The first is a project performed for one of the top of Spanish banks. The project goal was to secure the document exchange process as part of remote banking services. So within the solution, as part of the solution, Scan Engine was deployed as a Docker container, scanning the files uploaded by the bank's clients and blocking the infected files. Customer has shared the feedback that within very short period from Scan Engine deployment, more than 400 attempts of malware and spyware uploads were blocked, and this number is even growing. Also, this project is notable by the fact that Kubernetes support has been added as a standardized option of Scan Engine deployment, and now this type of deployment is widely used with many of our customers and partners. The next case I would like to tell you about is a project done for Canadian government agency. The customer required that we should provide a service to check suspicious files and URLs. So Scan Engine was deployed as a Docker container running as a service within customer cloud infrastructure. And running as a service, Scan Engine was made available to different departments and partnering companies within customer organization. Customers shared that after Scan Engine deployment, none of the companies reported any of infections within the year. So during a year, there was 0 infection level. And so customers shared that Scan Engine has proven to be one of the most effective solutions that they have. And one more customer project that I would like to tell you about is a project delivered to government organization in Latin America region. The project goal was to implement inspection of files and attachments and to complete this task within the compliance of cybersecurity regulations of this country. So Scan Engine was deployed, multiple instances of Scan Engine were deployed working as a cluster, and Scan Engine performed file and attachment validation checking with all the suspicious, malicious files and attachments being automatically blocked. And also, as part of the project requirements, integration towards customer CM system was performed. So by using Scan Engine in this project, customer project team achieved data protection and compliance, and over 700 malicious files were detected within 1 month only. Next, I would like to show you a couple of videos. First video demonstrates Scan Engine web interface and configuration options it has, and shows us an example of integration towards test corporate web portal. So let's see this video. Here we have main dashboard of Scan Engine. We can see statuses of product models here. We can see that Scan Engine service is working. And next, we see that antivirus databases are up to date, and we have status of connection towards KSN and license status. Also, we can see here some internal product events and security audit events. Let's move to Scan results page. Here we have records related to objects that have been recently scanned. We have timestamps here and scan verdicts, and some object details like file hashes and versions of antivirus databases. And here we have our settings section. We have here connection settings, such as protocol and IP address and port, and some fine-tuning configuration for performance. In scanning section, we have configuration to enable or disable requests towards KSN. configuration of antivirus engine, heuristics level, for example. Also, there is a possibility to filter files by file type or file format. Scan Engine has inbuilt file format recognizer that is used for this purpose. Here we have also configuration of automatic updating of antivirus database, logging configuration. We can enable or disable sending messages to syslog, and also debug logging of the product itself. Now let's have a look how Scan Engine works together with our test web portal. We will be making attempts to upload files here, several files, and let's see how Scan Engine can detect threats inside these objects. We are uploading the first file and see that the Scan Engine verdict is clean for this file. Now let's try another file. The file is sent for uploading and automatically sent for checking to Scan Engine. And in this case, we can see that there is a detect. We have here a malicious file. Let's see what we have in our scan results section of Scan Engine. After refreshing, we can see that there are two objects that have been recently scanned, and one of them is malicious. So that's how Scan Engine works together with Web Portal. Let's move to our next video. This video shows us an example of integration of Scan Engine towards S3 storage. For this demo video, we have chosen Minio storage. So there are basically three components, namely Minio that should be protected, Minio storage, Kaspersky Scan Engine, and Scan Engine connector that is used to interact with S3 compatible storages. So let's start this video and see how we can protect S3 storages. Here we will be considering two different test cases. I will explain you a little bit later. We can see that Scan Engine is working, and also we have here our Minio web console. We can see that there is one S3 bucket created in Minio, and currently it is empty, so no objects inside this bucket. And here we have our connector, S3 connector. It is delivered as a number of Python modules, and we can see that the connector server has been started and it's listening on the IP interface. First of all, let's have a look at connector configuration. In this case, we will be using automated checking of files uploaded to S3 bucket. And we have here a parameter named detect action. It can have one of the three values, either skip or delete or move. We have chosen delete here. So in this case, Scan Engine, after detecting any malicious object in S3 bucket uploaded to S3 bucket, will delete it. So let's start the test. We will upload a couple of files to our S3 bucket here. I'm choosing two files. One is clean and one is icar file, which should be detected, of course. And let's see what we have in our Scan Engine scan results page. And we see two fresh records here. We can see that one of the files is detected as malicious. it is iCar file. Let's move back to our S3 storage and refresh it. And we can see that the file has been deleted. And this is according to our configuration that we have previously made. Now let's run another test. It is a test for scheduled scanning. So Scan Engine connector can run scheduled scans in S3 bucket. We will make some configuration changes. So in this case, we will need this scheduled scan parameter. It has two settings inside bucket, where we should put the name of the bucket where we would like to run scheduled scans, and cron. Cron has the same format as Linux cron tab, and I will reconfigure this parameter to run scheduled scans every minute. We are saving configuration, and I will upload an iCar file to S3 storage, and we will see how scheduled scans work. We can see that iCar file has been uploaded to an S3 bucket. And now I'm starting the connector server. And after a couple, yes, we can see that server is running. And after a couple of seconds, we can see that scheduled scanning process has been launched. And we can see two objects that have been scanned. And one of them is detected as malicious. This is our iCar file. Getting back to our Scan Engine page results, refreshing, and yes, we can see that one of the objects have been detected as malicious and another one is clean. Let's see what happens now in Minio. We refresh Minio console, and we can see that the iCar file has been deleted again according to our configuration. And that's basically the end of the test case and the end of the second video. And actually, this is everything I wanted to tell you today. Here we have prepared for you some materials related to Scan Engine. You are welcome to visit product page, read product documentation, and apply for a free pilot project using the QR codes you can see on this slide. And now let's move to questions. Let me see what questions we have now. I can see one question from Ozan Gül. He's asking whether Kaspersky provides NFR licenses to partners. And the answer is yes, we provide NFR licenses to partners. So you can approach your Kaspersky representative and to get NFR license for pilot project. There is also one question regarding integration with Nextcloud system. The question is how integration towards Nextcloud products is performed. Very good question. For integration towards Nextcloud, there is an application developed by Nextcloud. It is called Antivirus App for Nextcloud. It is a free application that can be downloaded from Nextcloud application store, and it has two modes to integrate towards Scan Engine. We can use either HTTP or ICAP mode. So basically, you need Scan Engine deployed as a standalone server and Nextcloud system deployed, and then you just configure Nextcloud application, download and configure Nextcloud application, and all the files uploaded to Nextcloud are sent for checking to Scan Engine. That's it. Let me see, do we have any more questions? Does anti-malware software have capabilities to resolve ransomware issues? Well, I can say for sure that it can be detected. So within our products, ransomware can be detected. It is included in our reputation bases and others. Maybe part of the question was whether it is possible to decrypt, but I would say this is another type of story. But for sure, ransomware is one of the threats that our products have capabilities to detect. Is the software better at host detection and prevention or with network prevention and detection capabilities? I suppose that software is Scan Engine. And the answer is Scan Engine is aimed at some integration scenarios, as you could understand from the presentation. So it's not host detection. It is some technological scenarios where we need to send some files, for example, for checking when we have client and server parts. So Scan Engine is a server part, and we have a client part that should be sending some objects for checking towards the server part. This is not network detection and prevention in its pure architecture, but that's how Scan Engine works. It is designed for integration scenarios when we have client application and we have Scan Engine to protect this client application and perform scanning of objects sent towards Scan Engine. I cannot see any more questions. Let's wait for a couple of minutes more. Here we have one more question. How does Kaspersky Scan Engine handle obfuscated or highly compressed files that may conceal malware, especially in corporate environments with large data volumes? It's a good question, actually. In fact, Kaspersky Scan Engine supports unpacking and scanning of files such as archives and packed files. a great number of packers and archives is supported, and even if the file is multi-packed, Scan Engine can unpack it and detect malware inside this object. So there is obviously a support for scanning of such types of objects. I hope I have answered this question. There is a question, do you use Scan Engine within Kaspersky? Well, I'm not sure here because I may not have all the information about what kind of projects or products are used within our internal cybersecurity departments. But for sure, the antivirus engine itself is the same, basically. So it is the same engine that is used in many flagship Kaspersky solutions. So the detection capabilities are the same. There is a question, how does Kaspersky Scan Engine compare to other product solutions? I suppose this is a question about comparison towards solutions by other vendors, and about this we've had a slide about our products participating in different independent product tests. So I think this slide perfectly answers this question. Our products have participated in many independent product tests run by many organizations. So you can also find a web page about Kaspersky products participating in different product tests. There is one more question. How does Kaspersky handle zero-day incident? The fact is, zero-day threats are also included in technologies used in our engines. So, for example, heuristics. It can detect different threats, both known and unknown, because of the technology capabilities itself. And also, if we use, for example, online reputation-based requests towards our Kaspersky security network, then we are more protected because we have a very short period of time since the threat becomes known. I mean, once the threat is in the wild, it gets into our reputation base, and then it is we can get information about it. So once the Kaspersky product makes a request to the cloud base, we get back information that this threat has been detected somewhere. One more question. What are the best practices for integrating Kaspersky Scan Engine into CI/CD pipelines, ensuring security without compromising performance in continuous delivery? Also a very good question. We have had several projects from our customers, namely for this type of task, CI/CD pipelines protection. Here, I would say that usually HTTP mode is preferred to send artifacts, CI/CD artifacts for checking. Regarding to performance, I would say usually performance is under let's say question when we have some big amounts of files to be checked, like archives, backup storages, and so on. And for CI/CD pipelines, this may be an issue, but a good approach is to start a pilot project, checking what kind of queue of objects we have, what kind of hardware is requested or is required for running Scan Engine servers. So this is a common approach to identify these possible issues, identify the best approach running a POC project, and then gradually come to a solution with real solution plan, including some specifications for servers and so on. I think this is it. I don't see any more questions here in the chat. Well, I think these are all the questions we have. With this, I would like to say great thank you for watching. Let's conclude. And I was very glad to tell you about Scan Engine product. Please feel free to visit Scan Engine product page, take a look at documentation, and apply for a free pilot project. And now, stay safe and keep your data protected. Bye.